These Gooner mobs are more than just something to beat yourself to. That's why we're exposing everything from the weirdest mobs to the ones that just went way too far, to see how it changed Minecraft forever. Beginning with... So you're asking, what makes this a femboy? To understand the context of this femboy mob, we gotta first look at what mod he's in. This being the Slumbering Omen mod. It's a horror mod that can be found in CurseForge made by the user Ruptor. The whole point of this mod is the Omen, a tall demon-like dude. Now with the Omen there's this journey to it and an interesting story / lore to it. But that's not the reason almost 400,000 people decided to download it. The reason is because of this mob called The Lost, where the creator gave us this picture telling us it's a boy. But many thought it was a girl, causing everyone in the community to call this mob a femboy. This idea is mainly shown on YouTube. If I search up femboy horror Minecraft mod, I get hit with a ton of videos that show The Lost being called a femboy and is mainly on the thumbnail. One of the people that made this mod popular is the YouTuber DPG, making a video called "This Minecraft Horror Mod Has Femboy Monsters." In this video, we have DPG giving us a showcase of the mod with his friends to get the femboy experience. Now, the video itself has nothing wrong with it. It's actually pretty funny content and just boys being boys, until we look at the comments. One dude really said, "This isn't a hear me out, this is a hold me back." Okay, the next one made me chuckle a little. Went from hear me out to pull me out. Okay, I'm not trying to hate on these guys, but the point is that the creator didn't want the whole focus of it to be about the femboy mob. Because the creator, Ruptor, made the mod to be the scary and lore-based journey. But then simply adding a femboy got the mod to have the wrong audience. I can't imagine putting my time into something, coming up with a whole structure for a mod, and the thing that gets people's attention is the femboy mob. But this mob is nothing compared to the other ones that we'll be covering throughout this video. The femboy mob is cool and all, but the next mob is what Gooners wish they can get in real life. The girlfriend mod doesn't seem all too bad, but that's what you would think. These girlfriend mobs have a darker theme behind them. Unlike the femboy mod where nothing sus really happens, he just tries to kill you, this mob can make you do questionable actions. If you were an OG Minecraft guy, you can probably remember the ore spawn mod. The ore spawn mod adds new dimensions, mobs, bosses, weapons, armor, and materials. One of these mobs was a girlfriend. In ore spawn, you can tame a girlfriend mob by using a red rose. She'll follow you, fight hostile mobs for you, and all these girlfriends have 80 HP and can hold a weapon. You can also heal them with food or a rose. And there are also unique controls like making her stay, muting her voice, or even building a dance floor for her to dance on. Now this mod actually got some controversy behind it, where a mom caught their 7-year-old with this girlfriend mod. In the article, the mom discovered a mod that lets players get girlfriends in Minecraft, and her son showed this on a YouTube video. She tells how the mod allows you to tame these characters with roses, dress them in outfits, and even worse, bikinis, she said. While the mod may seem playful, it gives gender stereotypes. Now this article was made in 2013 and aged like milk. A good video to represent this idea is this video with Speed and the robot.
Your favorite thing to do? I'm Moxie, your robot pal. If you could... Ah!
Moxie, you okay?
Something seems off.
That's what they all say.
I don't feel too stable.
Just think the player as Speed and the girlfriend mob being the robot. This won't be the last time we see I Show Speed, but now we're going to a little more sus territory with these mobs. Now there are a ton of made mods in Minecraft, which is already questionable in itself. but the main one we're going to be looking at is the Tuhu Little Maid mobs. This mod can be found in CurseForge, created by Tartaric Acid. He says this mod was an inspiration from the Little Maid mob and Tuhu project. Now this mod has almost 4 million downloads. Why? Well, we're gonna be finding that out. In order to do that, let's see why this mod is more special than the rest of the maid mods that can be downloaded. First up, you may have noticed that it's called Tuhu Little Maid mobs, not just Little Maid mobs. What does the word Tuhu even mean? Well, after doing some further research, it's actually talking about the Tuhu project, which is a long-running series of shoot-'em-up games created by one dude. It has a bunch of interesting, colorful characters in a place called Gensokyo, and its appeal is from the music, character design, and fan creations. How the game works is you're dodging these patterns of bullets, and use special attacks called spell cards, and mastering each stage across multiple levels of difficulty. The Tuhu Little Maid mod for Minecraft takes inspiration from the Tuhu project's character style, and puts it into Minecraft by adding maid NPCs that looks like the characters from Tuhu. In order to summon these maids in the mod, you'll have to game end certain fairies, because they drop these items called power points, which we'll get to later. But first, you make this stick with a flag on it. Now with that stick, you just spam and the altar is summoned. On top of the altars, you place certain items in order and a random present will show up. And in that box, you get... These maids' jobs are usually collecting items for you, but they can do way more than that. They can be put to combat mode, equip swords or ranged weapons to hunt monsters, and they even farm, where they'll plant and get crops like wheat or sugarcane. They can even clear grass or snow, milk cows, shear sheep, even place torches in dark areas. On top of all of that, they can feed you directly from their inventory. But the features that are gonna get people very interested is not that, but another one. One feature lets you connect your maid to an AI system. If you have Player 2 installed, which makes it so the maid doesn't just do the commands like we mentioned earlier, but now you can actually talk to her like an AI companion inside Minecraft.
How are you?
Hello, Master. I am functioning optimally. How may I assist you?
Okay, I really don't like that. I don't like it calling me master. That's... Nope. Nope.
Yeah, that will get the most down bad people turn wild. Now these maids are all fairly PG-13, but the next mob, I feel like I shouldn't be able to show them on YouTube. But before we get into that, it says here that 99% of you guys are Gooners if you don't subscribe. So subscribe, we're trying to hit 10k. Thank you, you're awesome. The Monster and Girls mod created by BArtEK can be found in CurseForge, where their mod got a total of 687,000 downloads. Crazy how we went from maids to actual monsters. In this mod, it puts a bunch of monster girl mobs into Minecraft, where human-like creatures spawn in different dimensions and biomes. There are these mushroom girl variants, each with unique designs depending on where they spawn. These mobs roam the world and sometimes spawn large mushrooms that you can keep or craft into hats. One of the interesting features is that you can tame a mushroom girl by giving her a cookie and then using a tiny bed to have her stay with you. But it's not just mushroom girls. The mod also has other monster girl types. Mandragoras that spawn in forest, spooks underground, and even more. Each of these bring different interactions or special effects when tamed. And the best part, all of these monster girls can follow you, sit, and even give special buffs or effects depending on the variant. You're probably asking, but Sam, this is nothing compared to the mobs we were talking about before. But my friend, it's not so much about the features for these mobs, but the designs of these mobs. The mod is inspired by, the monster girl trope. These are popular in anime and manga, where these monsters have suggestive designs and turn them into attractive women. For example, the two big blocks that most of these monsters have, and outfits that are again interesting, to say the least. Even the creator of the mod made an update that would make the monster girls less suggestive. From the new mobs, you can definitely tell that the designs were a little more PG-13 plus. Now, if even the creator of these mobs feel the need to calm down on the anime-like physiques, something's wrong. While the monster girl mobs designs made me question what I'm doing with my life, this next mob put me into a real rabbit hole with people having a down bad fetish. This next mod adds a giant anime woman to Minecraft. I was able to find this mod in Modrinth, where it was created by a person named Senshucho, where he added 3 of these giant-like anime characters. Their names being Toki, Candy, and most recently, Ara. Since Shucho gave them some features, and of course you're able to tame them. In Minecraft, these giantess spawn during village raids or attack at night as regular hostile mobs. With each wave, their size increases. They also attack players, golems, and villagers nearby. Some of these attacks are a bit sus. The 2 main ones are they step on you or they freaking eat you. I mean, just look at this poor villager. Toki and Candy each have a special attack. For example, Toki has 7 unique melee attacks, plus her range attacks like spitting, summoning drones, and using her sniper rifle. Candy meanwhile uses these like magic attacks, where she does these wand smashes, heart bullets, lightning magic, and has an eat feature like Toki's. And of course, we can't forget that the mod has a taming feature. Toki can be tamed by sneaking while holding any flower. Here, there is a 1 in 3 chance she will pick you up and kiss you, becoming tamed. And when she's tamed, she can help you fight hostile mobs. Candy's taming is similar, but using cakes instead of flowers. With these mobs, you can even make them bigger and smaller using enchanted golden apples and carrots. But the problem with these mobs is the topic of giantess. Many Gooners love the thought of girls towering over them, where they have this weird fetish of that. In fact, there is a whole community of people that love this stuff. The main one being an anime where a girl is drawn really huge with them grippers out. When looking into it more, they love the power dynamic with these giant size. They just love the size of these giant anime women. This size is what gets people going. The fact that whoever the giantess is, they have a power control kink. The smaller they are, the more submissive they feel. One thing that's messed up is the topic of getting eaten. You most likely have noticed when showing the mod, both giantess have this ability to eat people. This is also one of the main sus things these dudes like, which again ties into that submissive feel. The mobs in Grim War of Gaia was created by Silentin. In the Grim War of Gaia wiki, the mod's first official release was on July 15th, 2012. The mod was made to make Minecraft more challenging and add a variety of new mobs and items, with the creator saying, "My intention with this mod was to make Minecraft more of a challenge and give it more of a unique experience." Now, Grim War of Gaia is focused on the Monster Girls concept, adding new mobs that we'll take a look at. And I promise you, these mobs are way more different from the ones we've covered before. What made Grim War of Gaia so popular was mainly due to YouTube creators. I was able to find a Dan TDM video that was almost 12 years ago, reviewing the different mobs back then. As a kid, you thought nothing of these mobs, but now they're attracting many people, not for the reasons you would expect. Each mob has a difficulty to them. Weaker ones spawn earlier, tougher ones are in these unique biomes. They have special abilities like debuffs, range attacks, or healing powers. And when looking at the Grim War of Gaia wiki, it shows a lot of mobs like harpies, succubi, and ninetails, each with cool drops and functions. Since this mod has been out for more than 10 years, their designs actually have changed over the years, where it would better suit the Minecraft today. One of these being the cobblestone golem. In 1.25 to 1.12.2, it went from this bland purple color stone dude, and as updates went by, they completely changed the look of him to be more of a stone golem. But that was a good example, while some of the other designs became a little bit more questionable as time went on. The main ones being the Ender Dragon Girl, Creeper Girl, and Ninetails. Now these mobs got a little more appeal as the audience grew older, if you know what I mean. They have really big personalities. Because of these designs, some Gooners hated the fact that they can only game end these mobs and never befriend them. So a mod was created to tame these mobs, which is very interesting to say the least. I can't believe these people really went down there. Now let's get back to the start, where the person who made this mod, he had one simple goal in mind: make Minecraft more challenging and add a variety of new mobs and items. In a sense, he did make something harder, but not in Minecraft, but Gooncraft. These videos have been hitting my feed like crazy. A YouTuber, Zayo, who's a pretty funny guy, adds the Gaia mobs in his Goon adventure. Looking at his series, he was not only able to meet a mob we talked about earlier, but also the spider. Yeah, these sound effects are questionable, but it's nothing compared to the next mobs, them being every anime Gooner's dream. Well, we really are this far down now. To understand these waifu mobs, we need to know how these waifus affect the real world to see how it will impact Minecraft itself. But first, what the glob is a waifu? And is there anything deeper we can learn from these waifus? To answer these questions, I found multiple evidence. First, the word waifu is just a meme version of wife, just in Japanese. But as you may know, this word became mainstream because of anime and manga. Someone might call a character from a game or anime as waifu because their appearance, personality, or story arc, where they claim whoever that character is as their partner. Now, the thing about waifus that many casual fans might overlook is their appearance plays a big factor to their waifus. From the character design, hair color, costume have got people pick and choosing who their waifu is. To the point people get overly addicted buying freaking body pillows to make their waifu come to life. I really went too far on this one, dude. People become so obsessed with these fictional characters that it can go too far. Here is an example.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Kotonoha! Happy birthday to you!
If it can get that bad in real life, now imagine we put these waifus in Minecraft. Well, someone did that already. This waifu mod is told to be made in April 2022, made by Sea Apples, where the description says this mod adds tameable girlfriends from manga, anime, and various media. And when you play this mod, that's exactly what you get. In order to summon these waifus, you need this book. With this book, you get to pick and choose what waifu from whatever anime you like, whether it be Aqua, Nami, and even Hatsune Miku. With every waifu, they have a like and dislike, the mod treating them as if they're real. But the main feature that got people absolutely cooked is that the clothes or costumes can be changed. Your waifu not cute enough? Change them to this. Your waifu is not hot enough? Make them wear a swimsuit. Now, what makes these waifu mobs worse than all the other mobs we've covered so far is that they're basically combining everything from the girlfriend mod, monster girl mod, and maid mod into one. This waifu mod is the full package. There's also a potion you can use that turns normal hostile mobs into freaking waifus. Plus, with these mobs, they can interact with you and talk to you in chat, similar to the AI player voice from the maid. But this next mob is more focused on internet culture and how bad the majority of people were during COVID-19. Anka is a popular character from the Animal Crossing series. She is a human-like cat designed to look like an ancient Egyptian person, similar to Cleopatra, wearing a striped hat. In the game, she often talks about how much she hates you, as well as history and beauty. Now, what is so special about this cat, and why in the world was it made to a Minecraft mod? That is honestly making me a little uncomfortable. Well, in September 2021, a Gooner animator combined this viral Anka animation with a catchy 1980s disco track titled Camel by Camel by Sandy Martin, which was put on TikTok. The TikTok of Anka dancing instantly went viral because 1, the audio was catchy, and 2, the visuals were nothing to be concerned about, and many people doing the dance didn't know the lore of what was behind it. First, this Anka Zone animation featured in Newgrounds, which is a 1990 to 2000s website known for flash games and animations. Here, animators like Zone Sama got popular by copying the art styles of popular cartoons like Teen Titans, My Life as a Teenage Robot, and putting them into down bad references. This is what makes this Anka mod so bad. The origin behind Anka makes anything go downhill. Even though it is in meme culture now, it was very hard not to see this trend during COVID-19. But for the actual mod, it really isn't so bad. First, the mod adds a new mob named Anka, and second, a music disc titled Kamel by Kamel, and it drops if you were to game end Anka in the game. The Anka mob spawns only inside her house, where it can be found only at deserts or beaches. To a normal person, this is a pretty chill mod, but for Gooners, they know what they're doing with this mod. I know what type of person you are. But the next mob, I believe, should be erased completely. The first time we can see Jenny is around late 2020 and into 2021. Now the character model was made by animator Slippery T. Then in November 2020, Shroony TV used that model to create the mod where it debuted around 2021, where it introduces an NPC who is basically a girlfriend by allowing you to give gifts to Jenny, which is the thing that made the mod so popular. Jenny over the years became bigger. The mob basically turned into a meme both on TikTok and YouTube. That engagement helped it spread to a wider audience. One example is when iShowSpeed played this mod for his viewers, where he knew that kids would be watching his stream and said he wouldn't show the entire mod completely, which is pretty dumb knowing thousands of people would watch your stream. But even though that was the case, he still played the mod, even showing some parts in that stream. Due to this, YouTube gave him a strike, banning him out of the platform for about a week. But even though it affected Speed, it did nothing to Jenny. Now the mob got even way more popular than it did before. Looking at it today, there are hundreds of videos out on YouTube that should be flagged. But yeah guys, if you want more content like this, be sure to take a look at my Minecraft Steve videos, where I talk about some of the most bizarre Steve variants that were ever created on the internet. So I'll see you there. Peace!